Do you want to know how to get mid-century modern or vintage furniture cheap? Then please continue to watch this video. Trust me, as an antique dealer, I've saved people tons and tons of money on mid-century modern and antique furniture by following these 4 easy steps. Now, in order to get mid-century modern furniture cheap, you have to follow these 4 steps and you cannot skip through any part of this video. Trust me, it is worth it to stick around to the end. And trust me, you do not want to miss out on getting mid-century modern or vintage furniture for cheap right now, especially when everything is heightened in the market. For starters, number 1, you need to be on Facebook Marketplace every day searching. That is probably the best place you can score deals for mid-century modern and vintage furniture. Now, also something that a lot of people don't know about Facebook Marketplace is, like YouTube and like Google, it is search compatible. That means there's an algorithm in the back end recommending pages, posts, depending on what you search. So in order to find the cheapest mid-century modern furniture, you have to be looking up mid-century modern and vintage furniture every day for them to suggest what you want to see. For instance, you can try it out if you don't believe me. One day, put mid-century modern furniture, and the next day, put power tools. I guarantee the next day, you will have power tools popping up all on your Facebook Marketplace, which is how you miss out on the good deals. Now, like I said, Facebook Marketplace is essential for scoring deals, and you have to be on the lookout almost every day, because you never know when someone's getting rid of something and they just want it out as cheap as possible. That is how you score big on Facebook Marketplace, finding vintage and mid-century modern furniture. Now, regarding the search on Facebook Marketplace, the more simple, the better. Just type mid-century modern or vintage furniture. Trust me, it opens the algorithm to so many more posts, which can help you in the long run find that deal you've always been looking for. Now, you may look at me and say, Jay, I have been on Facebook every day. I cannot find deals. Well, please stick around to the end of the video where I can show you a bona fide, guaranteed way that you can get cheap mid-century modern furniture. But for now, let's move on to step 2, which is going to your local thrift stores. Now, a couple tips about thrift stores and finding mid-century modern furniture. The first tip that is guaranteed to help you find mid-century modern furniture is going on the weekdays to the thrift store rather than the weekends. Just imagine you're moving out of your house and you're loving your life and you got to get rid of a bunch of stuff. When are you going to take it to the thrift store? Sunday or Saturday, when you have free time and when you're able to do a bunch of things. Well, if you keep dropping items off on Saturday and Sunday, it's not going to be available to purchase on Saturday and Sunday because it takes the Goodwill employees or the thrift store employees several days to go through these items. So I always recommend going to the thrift store either Tuesday or Wednesday to get the most amount of cool vintage and mid-century modern furniture. Not only going on certain days helps you with finding mid-century modern furniture, but you have to go to the right location. If you're looking for the best location of thrift stores, honestly, in my opinion, it is outside of a city in a large residential area. The more people, the more junk they're willing to give away. I know that's terrible to think, but that is so true. So when looking for thrift stores, always go to the ones further away from the city in the residential and suburban areas. And the last and final tip when looking at thrift stores is time of the day matters. If you can get there right when it opens, you have a better chance of stealing that score rather than if you get there right when it closes. For instance, I got to a Goodwill one time at 10 a.m. and I was able to score this cool Danish teak table. It's because I got there so early, I was able to score this. Now that we went through 2 amazing tips, please stick around for the last 2 tips. Trust me, It will blow your mind on how well these items work and how much of mid-century modern and vintage furniture you can find for cheap. So stick around. Trust me, it is worth it. The third tip is go to estate sales on the last day, early in the morning, right when it opens. Trust me, as consumers, we love to get a deal, but as estate sale owners, they love to make money. So they know on certain items, they can hike up the price and potentially get that one buyer who's willing to pay a large amount for that item. Well, as we see these prices continue to go up, we see items sit and stay in these estate sales for longer. And so you're able to get these items that you really wanted because nobody's paying that crazy price. So if you go on an estate sale the last day, usually it's 50 to 60% off. And if you get there early, the first person on that Sunday, you get 50% off their original price and you get your item for cheaper than they wanted. So it is a win-win, and trust me, that is an easy way where you can get your item and you can get it for a deal. And because of this, I've really embraced estate sales and going there, but scoping them out and then coming back on the last day and picking up items. Something else amazing about estate sales is also you're able to negotiate the price at the end. So my tip for you is to never pay the price that's shown on the tag. You can always go down 10%. You can always go down 15%. Now, to find estate sales, I literally do the most simple thing in Google, estate sales near me. From there, I have easy access to look up pictures, look up photos, and look up the items that may potentially be there. That is a way where I can get a plan together, scope it out, show up on the first day, see the price, and then come back on the last day and get my 50 to 60% off. Now, before I go into the last and probably most useful tip, do me a favor, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the post notifications so that I can help you going forward find mid-century modern and vintage furniture. So, in regards to my last tip, the key is to go to antique stores at the end of the month. Now, you may be looking at me and saying, hey, there is no way I can get deals on mid-century modern furniture at an antique store. That's the high end and retail price. Well, trust me, as an antique dealer, most antique booth dealers are willing to move items at the end of the month for several reasons. Number one, we all get paid at the end of the month. So who wouldn't love an additional $300-400 on top of whatever we make because we sell an item for a little cheaper than when we bought it? Also, most of the time, we have a 10 to 15% buffer built in from what we would price to what we're going to sell. So if you come at the end of the month, we are more likely to let it go because we have additional inventory coming in that we need to flip over and continue to move. Now, the reason that I also shop at antique stores is because a lot of the brunt and the dirty work is done for you. A lot of the cool items are set up, displayed really nicely, and so you don't really have to go look at antique stores and dig through thrift stores and dig through estate sales. You can just show up to an antique store and find that at the end of the month people are really trying to get rid of items, and you'll start to see more 20 and 30 and 40% off tags pop up because people are trying to transition their inventory and they also want to get paid more. And lastly, regarding antique stores, always ask for a discount at the register. Trust me, majority of antique booth dealers have a built-in fluff. They have a built-in buffer where they have 10 to 15% where they can go down on the price. So please do me a favor when going to the checkout. Ask, is that the best you can do on this, or can they come down a little bit? they have the liberty to come down 10 to 15% on the price, and that's how you save additional money at an antique store or mid-century modern furniture. So as you can see, those were my 4 main tips on getting mid-century modern furniture cheap. And if you implement all 4 on Facebook Marketplace, going to thrift stores, going to estate sales and antique stores at the end of the month, trust me, you will be able to find cool items and save tons of money doing that. But if you're also interested in some of my thrift store finds, please click on this link up here. I go to a largest thrift store in my area and I find some really cool items. But unfortunately, this is the end of the video. So before I go, can you please do me a favor? Give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and click the post notifications. And also, I show some of these cool antique stores, and I show me doing some of my practices in this video right here I'll post for you. But like always, peace.